NIH is a leader in the global fight against Alzheimer's disease.
The National Institute on Aging is the lead agency at NIH for Alzheimer's research, and NIH in turn is a national and global leader in research that increasingly is becoming an international partnership. It spans an essential spectrum of research from very basic molecular, genetic research on through translation, ultimately to clinical trials and the implementation of our goal, that is to find effective cures and prevention for Alzheimer's disease. The planning for this research effort has involved a number of summits in 2012 and 2013, another important one scheduled in 2015, which have been forums at which international scientists have gotten together to identify the primary goals for research and strategies with which to achieve these.
New research offers promise in developing treatments.
The past year has seen remarkable research advances in a number of areas. At the level of basic science, it's seen the ability to take fibroblasts from normal humans and encourage those into becoming other cell types such as neurons. That means we can make nerve cells from people who are affected by Alzheimer's disease and those who are not. We can compare them to understand the processes involved in disease, and we can even potentially use these cells to screen for interventions that can affect the process of disease.
Genetic research identifies possible new treatment targets.
In addition, there have been enormous advances in genetics. As recently as 2009, there was only one gene, ApoE, which was known to be a risk factor for the common late-onset form of Alzheimer's disease. In the past year alone, as a result of international genotyping efforts, there have been 11 new genes described, which now give a total of some 24 risk factors. The importance of this is as we understand these risk factors, we understand what are potential new targets for intervention to address the need to both treat and prevent Alzheimer's eventually.
Important advances are being made in the use of biomarkers and imaging.
In addition to advances in basic science, there have been some very important steps that have allowed us to translate basic understanding into clinical work. And among these has been the identification of biomarkers, notably brain imaging techniques, which allow us to identify, visualize the process of Alzheimer's disease months, years, and even decades before clinical symptoms appear. Since about 2004, we've been able to visualize amyloid in the brain, and just in the past year, we are now able to visualize tau and other of the important lesions in Alzheimer's disease. These again allow the ability to see disease, to track its progress, even before symptoms occur, and provide enormous potential for now intervening prior to the development of symptoms, prior to extensive loss of brain cells, where we think we have a far better opportunity to successfully intervene and prevent the damage that comes with Alzheimer's disease.
2013 marked the start of new Alzheimer's disease prevention trials.
Over the past 2 years, we've seen a new kind of clinical trial, a prevention trial, made possible by the ability to identify individuals at high risk for disease, even to identify the appearance in the brain of lesions that precede symptoms of Alzheimer's by years or decades, and now in these individuals to attempt experimentally to intervene in a way that will prevent the progression of disease, arresting it before irreparable damage has occurred and the loss of function in the brain.
For more information on Alzheimer's disease research and care, please visit the NIH Alzheimer's Disease Education and Referral Center, or ADIR, at www.nih.nia.gov/Alzheimer's.